Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, An Insight. Episode 69. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnuhu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We shall listen to how the sparrow Cholkar was drawn towards Baba. I had hinted in the previous episode that once Dashkanu Maharaj did his kirtan in Kopaneshwar temple at Thane district, Mumbai. This Kopaneshwar temple is one of the sacred temples in Maharashtra. This was constructed during 810 to 1240 AD by the rulers of Silhara dynasty who were ardent devotees of Lord Shiva. This temple is situated on the banks of the Masunda lake, popularly known as Talaupalli. The Shivalinga in this temple is the largest one in the state with a diameter of 5 feet and tall by 5 feet. This Shivalingam is Swayambhu, which means the lingam has emerged by itself in the primordial past and was found in the nearby Masunda lake. In this famous temple, Dashkanu Maharaj's kirtan was arranged and the temple was flooded with people. Here, I would like to relate this situation with Kripananda Variyar, an ardent devotee of Lord Kartikeya, the Shaivit spiritual teacher, well renowned for his spiritual discourses on many Shaivit legends. As a child, I have been blessed to listen to his discourses. Swamigal set himself as a legend for self-discipline. People came in large numbers, far and wide, to listen to his discourses that lasted for many hours, and we were spellbound listening to him as they were simple, clear, filled with doctrines, divine messages combined with humor and presence of mind. Hence, it was well received by all groups of people. Whatever subject he spoke on, Ramayana or Tirupugar, he instantly established a rapport with the audience and elevated them to a new world of music, devotion, and knowledge. He loved children and was in his way motivating them to devotional path. Invariably, before addressing his audience, he asked all the children to come near him and sit in front. He would conduct a question-answer session in between his discourses to encourage active participation of the kids, and those who answered his questions correctly were rewarded. Those rewards would be in the form of small books comprising of slokas such as Kandar Anubhuti, Skandasashti Kavacham, and so on. He also explained the value of reciting those prayers, and to those who gave wrong answers, he would give some clues by which the child would guess the correct answer and then give out the prizes. Once, an atheist by name E.V. Ramaswamy, known as Periyar, sarcastically commented on Variyar thus: "A big Vari is flowing as that of a river in a Tamil Nadu and duping the masses." Variyar discoursed on spiritual subjects, which was wholly against the principle of this atheist. Hence, he slandered Variyar. Now listen to the ironical response given by Sri Kripananda Variyar on the above comment. He said, "A big Aru is flowing in Tamil Nadu. which is deceiving and distracting the masses. Thus, warrior has impressed multitudes by his presence of mind, sense of humor, and great proficiency in the language. Let me share an interesting incident that I recently read in one of the magazines pertaining to Kripananda Warrior. Once he was discoursing on the family tree of Lord Shiva and said Goddess Parvati was the consort of Shiva. Ganesha and Kartikeya were their two sons. Immediately he questioned the audience who was Lord Ganesha's father. A small boy who just walked in quickly answered, Shivaji. Instantly, the crowd burst into laughter. The boy was perplexed and felt embarrassed. The boy gave this answer because he had recently watched the movie Thiruvilayadal, which depicts few of the divine leelas of Lord Shiva, in which the actor Shivaji Ganesan played the role of Lord Shiva, and this boy believed him to be the father of Lord Ganesha. Devotees, you will be stunned to listen how Kripananda Warrior used his presence of mind to handle the situation skillfully. He immediately spoke to the audience thus, Why are you laughing? The boy's answer is right. Lord Ganesha's father is Shiva, and in the northern parts of India, there is a custom to use the suffix ji as that symbolizes respect, and thus the boy with reverence uttered the name as Shivaji. Audience were dumbfounded at his presence of mind, and Warrior Swamigal also appreciated the child by gifting a spiritual book. There are many such instances to quote, but it is impossible to share them all here. Now, getting back to the original thread, Dashganu Maharaj was also one such great Kirtankar, and as the news of him coming to Kopaneshwar temple, Thane, reached the people, the temple was packed to capacity with devotees. As usual, he followed the custom of placing the divine portrait of Baba on the stage, garlanded it, lit incense stick, and started his Harikatha. Though he narrated the stories of other saints, he was so talented that he would complete the kirtan by referring to Baba and quoting his divine miracles, which instantly kindled the faith and love in the minds of devotees to visit Shiradi and take Baba's blessings. Numerous people were listening to the kirtans, but they liked it for different reasons. Some appreciated his in-depth knowledge on the subject, some enjoyed his humor, few marveled at his presence of mind, others liked his expressions and gestures, rest appreciated the devotional singing, several praised the philosophical thoughts he shares, many loved to listen to the story part of it. Such listeners are many, but by listening they develop faith and devotion. Yet, a state of mind whereby a listener has absolute love of God and devotion at the feet of Sai is rare. Cholkar, who was already a devout person, was drinking the nectar in the form of Leelas that were narrated by Dashganu Maharaj on Sai Baba. He was serving as a candidate in the civil courts in Thana. Though it was a government job, his salary was very meager, hence struggled to make his ends meet. But he was a good-hearted and sincere man. As Dashganu Maharaj kept singing the glory of Sadguru Sai Baba, Cholkar felt pangs of love for Sai. Heart to heart, he spoke thus, Baba, merciful one, protect this humble one. I am poor and must look after a large family. My life depends on my job. I must pass an examination to become permanent. I have prepared with a lot of effort. I solely depend on passing the examination. Otherwise, I will lose this job which I hold on probation and I will be deprived of the little that I earn. Cholkar was as it is a poor man. He also wanted to make a vow. Therefore, remembering Sai Baba's divine lotus feet, he spoke humbly thus: If I pass by your grace, I will present myself at your holy feet and distribute sugar candy in your name. This is my firm resolution. In this manner, he took a promise, appeared for the exams, passed it, and his wishes were fulfilled. He was extremely happy. His job became permanent, though not with much monetary benefits. He was grateful that Baba had fulfilled his wishes. Now he wants to go to Shirdi for Baba's darshan and distribute sugar candy in the name of Baba as promised. Cholkar had a large family to support and he could not afford to pay for the expenses of a Shirdi trip. Hemat Panji justifies the situation of such a devotee in this manner. One can easily cross over the Nane Ghat in Thana district or even the Shayadri range, which is considered as one of the highest range in the eastern Ghats near Thana. But it is very difficult for a poor man to cross Umbre Ghat, that is the threshold of his house. I endorse this explanation as I have personally experienced it. One can trek the greatest peak or the steepest mountain range, but it is never easy for a householder to plan on a pilgrimage, as he is always shouldered with responsibilities. In Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, it is mentioned that as Mr. Cholkar was anxious to fulfill his vow as early as possible, he resolved to economize, cut down his expenses, and save money. He determined not to use sugar in his diet and began to drink his tea without sugar. But devotees, let us ponder more on this subject. Is it that simple for a poor man to save money just by cutting down his sugar expenses? Did he cut down sugar just to be more cost effective? What made him to take this decision? How stressful would have been his situation? His heart throbbed. His plight was that of a fish out of pond. Greatly distressed and depressed, he might have thought, "Oh, I am even unfit to fulfill the vow that I took before Lord Sai Baba. Why do such a hopeless person like me need to have any sugar? Let me curtail my sweet cravings until I fulfill my promise." Such was his flow of thoughts. Devotion to God implies ardent affection for Him, a yielding of the heart to Him with reverence, faith, and piety in every act. And Cholkar had developed that extraordinary love and devotion for Baba, hence he decided to quit sugar until he could see Sai Baba. This is the punishment he gave to himself, as he could not even distribute the simple sugar candy in the name of Baba. Surprisingly, Cholkar has never had Baba's darshan. Mere glancing at Baba's portrait and listening to the kirtans of Dashganu, if one could develop such intense love for Baba, then listeners, you can imagine how captivating would have been Dashganu's Harikatha and Kirtans. Omniscient Baba knew that Dashganu Maharaj's performance would draw thousands towards Shirdi. Thus Baba handpicked him to perform this task. Baba's choice would never go wrong. Baba first chooses his Ankita, guides him, then molds him, later bestows his complete grace, and finally lets him free to do his service. Our all-compassionate Baba is ever longing to see his children. God pulls his devotees towards him. He doesn't wait for his devotee to reach him. Such is the love of God. He runs to his devotees as he desires our wholehearted devotion. the divine manifestation Baba was making the necessary arrangements to pull this sparrow to Shirdi. By the grace of Baba, Cholkar could save the required money and came to Shirdi, went to Dwarakamai, and was immensely pleased to have Baba's darshan, fell at the lotus feet of Baba, offered a coconut, distributed it with sugar candy as per his vow, and said to Baba that he was much delighted with his darshan and that his desires were filled that day. Then it was time for noon arati, so everyone took part in the arati. After the arati was over, Jog was about to take Baba's leave. He was residing in Sate's Vada, which was adjacent to Dwarakamai. Sate's Vada had very few rooms, and those who were doing regular service to Baba were occupying those rooms. And whenever there is a visitor, as they might need a place to shower and keep their belongings before going for Baba's darshan, eventually they would become the guest of one of these hosts. Maharashtrians give greater importance in taking care of the guests. Guests are considered as God. It comes under Atiti Dharma. Hence, they wouldn't mind even to share their room with the guests and make sure that they provide a comfortable stay for them. So now Cholkar became the guest of Jog for that day. As Jog was about to leave to his lodging, it is inevitable for Cholkar also to take Baba's leave. So Cholkar, who was seated in Sabha Mandap, got up and accosted Baba, accompanying Jog. At that moment, the all-compassionate Mother Sai's love for Cholkar gushed out as that of the ocean water gush against sand and rocks. On the shore, his heart melted as that of wax on fire, and decided that was the right occasion for him to appreciate the loving devotion, longingness, and the unswerving faith that Cholkar had for him. As an expression of his recognition and to strengthen his faith and devotion, all-merciful Baba looked at Jog and smilingly spoke thus: Jog, give your guest cups of tea fully saturated with sugar. Cholkar was stunned hearing these words of Baba. His eyes streamed tears of joy. Cholkar never disclosed his vow to anyone. None knew why he has quit sugar, and now he was wonderstruck when the omniscient Baba spoke these words and hinted that he received the sugar candy as per his vow, and he knew well his secret determination not to use sugar in his diet. What an astounding miracle this could be! Spellbound Cholkar prostrated at the divine feet of Baba. Jog was puzzled at the strange instruction of Baba, but was certain that Baba's words are always pregnant with meanings. At this moment, Baba gave few affirmations. If you spread your palms with devotion before me, I am immediately with you day and night. Though I am here bodily, still I know what you do beyond the 7 seas. Go wherever you will over the wide world. I am with you. My abode is in your heart as well as in the hearts of all beings. Blessed and fortunate indeed is he who knows me thus. Devotees, what a significant and wonderful lesson Baba has imparted to Cholkar. He has made it clear for Cholkar that no matter how far you are and what vow you had taken, nothing is unknown to me as I pervade in everything and everywhere. Devotees, please pay your complete attention. Though these affirmations were given by Baba to Cholkar, it is meant for all of us. Know that our Satchidananda Sadguru Sai Baba's eyes are watching on us. The omnipresent, omniscient God knew all that we think and do. He is our Savior, ever protecting us. Devotees, whatever I discourse through these episodes are Baba's pronouncements. How much you take is left to you. But I urge you all to heed to them carefully, as that will give you greater benefits. He is Sarvantaryami, present in all creatures, and we as Sai devotees must learn to recognize and appreciate His presence in everything that we see. These affirmations of Baba are very significant. Hence, I wish to share more interesting and fabulous miracles of our Sai Baba in this connection. Let us heed to them in our next episode. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.